Welcome back to Getting to Know, and this is for the first time a Getting to Know more because I have my first two-time guest, Myung Jae Lee. Myung Jae, thanks so much for joining me.
I'm the first two-time guest?
You were the first. Well, you were the first ever guest.
Really? Wait,
Getting to
that's
Know.
crazy.
You were the first one. So, a little behind the scenes, I did a proof of concept with Shiloh, so I could send it to Sean. So I was bugging Sean Gibson for me to do this for a few months. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And then I sat down with you. There's one other person, I forget who it was, on like the first day of filming. But yeah, you were my very first guest.
That's awesome.
And actually, so where are you from and how long have you been wrestling?
Oh, again, I'm from Albany, New York, and I've been wrestling since, well, I started training in fall of 2019. I made my debut technically right before the pandemic, but I really didn't make my debut until 2021 when shows started coming back.
And I mean, I'd ask because now you've been wrestling longer than you had first time I spoke to you. Now, you were my guest in December 2022. Do you remember who you wrestled December 2022 here in Barrie?
Was it junior?
No, it was Mr. Kevin Blackwood.
Oh.
And it was your second Barrie Wrestling match of the year. Now, what do you remember, if anything, about that match?
I got really tired and blown up. I remember that. That's what I remember the most from that match, that I got really tired and blown up.
You guys beat each other up.
Yeah. I mean, you know, from Grapplers Anonymous, training with guys like Blackwood, training with guys like Daniel Garcia, you know, even Brandon Thurston. You know, you're trained to expect like the worst and everything. And when you're wrestling someone out there that you're friends with or you have good rapport with, you kind of can go a little bit harder if you want to, and we did that night.
You hit your friends harder than you hit people you don't know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Then you drive back with them.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, you should see me whenever I'm in the ring with Puff. I chop him as hard as I can. One time I chopped him really hard in, where were we, Chicago for Black Label Pro. I think the match is still out there somewhere, but he literally was like coughing after and was like, I need tea or something. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you have some vicious strikes. I will give you credit.
I'm a smaller guy, so I kind of have to make up for my size.
Short Kings Unite, yo.
Yes.
So you are the longest reigning Three Pistols champion.
Yes.
546 days and 16 successful defenses. So what stands out to you from that? Like when you look back on it, what stands out, and like what did it mean for you for your career both here and in general?
It helped me a ton. And I hope that I somehow helped Barrie Wrestling out in a way as well while having that title. I know it's not the heavyweight championship, but the Three Pistols title meant a lot to me. And you know, like people say that like the Intercontinental title.
I was going to make
like
the exact same comparison. Yes.
It's like the workers title, you know, and everything. So while I was Three Pistols champion, I was just going out there trying to have the best matches I can. And I think I delivered in a lot of those.
You might have more opening the show matches than anybody else.
Really?
I mean, because it felt like every month the Three Pistols championship was opening the show. And as of this recording, I believe you're opening the show tonight.
Oh, that's great.
FYI.
That's great. Good to know.
And I'm not, it's always written down. So you, Jesse V, and Bryce Hansen.
Yes.
And possibly another person.
Another
has not
person.
been confirmed yet.
This is news to me.
Yeah, I'll let Sean tell you that it might be a 4-way.
Okay.
But either way, as a 3-way, I believe I've said that this is the There Will Be Blood match, the 12 minutes of violence.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
When you see a match like that, when you get a message from Sean or anybody, it's like, hey, this is your match. Are you like, okay, like I get to hit some people hard, I'm going to get hit hard?
So, I mean, earlier on in my career, I used to look forward to these types of matches. But as I grow older and as my body starts to hurt a little more, I'm a bit more concerned. Right now, I feel like I'm held up together by just icy hot and duct tape.
What are you, like 26?
Yes, I am. I am 26.
I'm going to end this interview. Well, I am looking forward to that matchup. And I think it's going to be terrific. Because you and Jesse V have been in a Barrie Wrestling ring together before. But you and Bryce, have you and Bryce wrestled anywhere?
In a scramble at Barrie.
Okay.
And that was the only time that we got to do a little something together.
Well,
he hits hard.
Yeah, I'm looking.
He does hit hard.
I rode here with Van Landen today. I was asking about that. So yeah, he's physical.
Yeah.
Now you have wrestled across New York, Pennsylvania, Ontario, Quebec, Illinois, et cetera, et cetera. What keeps bringing you back to Barrie?
Barrie kind of gave me my first couple of opportunities. So I love coming back to Barrie, not only just because it has a special place in my heart for those first couple of opportunities, but also the locker room still is fantastic.
Yes.
And there's tons of up-and-comers. It's never... I haven't been at Barrie for the last couple of months, actually. So this is my first match back at Barrie in a while. But it's so cool to see new guys come up and actually be really good wrestlers as well. But, other people come back to Barrie as well. Like, you'll see Jody Threat come back. You'll see a Josh Alexander come back, So there's something about Barrie. I don't know what it is, but there's something about Barrie that's enticing.
So I had a question written down for later in this interview, but I'll ask it now because you mentioned Josh.
Yes.
You had the honor of being his final indie opponent in Canada.
In Canada, yes.
And you won it with the Buffalo Kiss Goodnight.
Yes. Yes.
And so take me, from the moment you get the message, hey, you're going to wrestle Josh, and then realizing it's going to be his last, I think it might have been his last indie appearance altogether because his other one got canceled.
Did it get canceled?
I think so. At the very least, it was his last one in Canada.
Yes.
How much pressure and how much fun was that match?
It was a lot of pressure because I'm not even Canadian, so I felt a big imposter
You're basically
syndrome.
Canadian. You're from Buffalo.
But exactly, I'm not Canadian, so I felt to have his last indie match in Canada, I felt imposter syndrome. I will say that, especially because I also did get to wrestle him in 2022 at a different promotion
at C4.
Yes, at C4.
They're our friends.
And I when the match graphic was announced, I was happy because I was excited to wrestle him again to see how much I've progressed. But then also I did feel a little guilty that maybe I was taking an opportunity from someone else. That's just my honest opinion.
Well, you bring up 2022, but you were Myung Jae Lee, but you weren't Myung Jae Lee yet.
Right. I forget what number match that was for me, but I think I was still under 20 matches when I wrestled Josh Alexander.
And I think you wrestled him on the Saturday, or the day before Barrie Wrestling, or the week before. Because I remember talking to you about it, and you were like, yeah, that was hard. You're like,
yes.
He gets hard.
Yes.
And he has cardio like nobody on planet Earth.
Both him and Kevin Blackwood, both cardio like crazy. And both matches, I was very tired.
The car crash crossbody that he hit you with in that match is part of our intro video now, and it looked like you died.
Yes, I did die. I did die.
But I got better.
Yes. It's interesting. That move is crazy, and it's so cool that he does it. I have a friend named Isaiah Prince that has also started to do that move as well. I don't know if he does it quite as good as Josh does, but that move is scary.
Josh is such a nice person too. He does have, to quote Hacker, resting, "What are your intentions with my daughter?" face.
Oh, yes.
I thought he didn't like me, and then I was just like, no, that's just his face. I'm like, oh, okay. Because he is the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But he just has that kind of when he's standing there.
Yeah.
And he's terrifying. I do have a quick funny story. The first or second show I was at, the finish of a match was Josh. I forget who he was wrestling, but it was a double KO. Okay. So they were like, hey guys, help him to the back. And the other guy was I don't remember who it was, but I'm like, I got stuck helping Josh, and he put all of his weight on me. We're doing the double arm carry, and he's leaning on me.
Yeah.
And his arm, I can feel his sweat running all the way down my back, and I'm like, this is disgusting. But it's like, I know you can walk. I know you're selling, but can you put a little bit of weight on your own feet? Man, you're crushing me. But no, I hope you've had the chance to watch that match back and enjoy it. I hope we did a suitable job on commentary.
Yes, you did. I was very happy that I won.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, through nefarious ways, but still. Now, I do want to talk about so you are, born in Pyeongtaek, South Korea. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Sure.
What does it mean to be a South Korean wrestler to you, and how does that impact your career?
So it means a lot to me because I'm adopted from South Korea. I grew up in America. there's not a lot of South Korean wrestlers out there to begin with. I think I can name on my hand a few. There's Tristan Tai. He does work in MLW as Akira Kwan. There's Kevin Koo. But there's just not a lot of Korean wrestlers. So
And sorry, is Kevin American or Canadian? I have not.
he's American.
He's American, yeah. Because I know
Yeah.
he's done work in C4 and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely very American.
Okay,
But
fair.
it's also interesting because us Korean Americans, or even Asian Americans in general, have a unique existence, I think, because we don't necessarily fit in with fully like people from Asia, but we also don't necessarily fit in with fully like North American people. So it's kind of like this very specific group, and I think it's very interesting to be in, and I would love to see more representation like that.
Yeah.
Because like you just pronounced the city that I was born in. I don't even know the correct pronunciation because I never actually properly learned Korean. I never properly learned Hangul. Like I don't actually know how to read or write or speak Korean. But Myung Jae Lee was my Korean birth name. That's the name, when I was birthed, that's what they named me. And so when I was coming up with wrestling names, I wanted to take that back because it's my name, but according to the US government, I have a different name. So now I kind of have the best of both worlds in a way.
Which, even though it's been said during a match, we will not say on this interview.
Yes.
And just to be clear, Myung Jae is the full first name.
It is.
It's not Myung. It's Myung Jae.
It is
your first name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for clearing that up. A lot of people do get that wrong.
Yes. And it's something, so the personal stuff, as I mentioned to you, my wife and I are going through the adoption process, and part of what they talk about is, if you adopt a child from a different culture, it's like trying to engage them in that culture. But it's really difficult if they're like, I don't know how big the South Korean population is in Albany, New York. I'm assuming it's not massive.
Yeah. So, I mean, my parents are super supportive of me, like wrestling and everything, but they also, they did, let me go to a Korean culture camp every summer.
That's really
growing
cool.
up, and I was with other Korean adoptees. And I did actually, when I was younger, I did have the chance to learn Korean and to learn how to read and write and everything. And little second grade Myung Jae Lee just said, no, I don't want to do that because all my friends at school didn't speak that. All my friends at school weren't like that. And there is part of me that has a little bit of regret about that, but I think I'm okay with it now. I think I'm okay with who I am right now. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. My old roommate, she always could win the interesting fact because she was born in a Russian prison.
Oh.
She was adopted out of Russia and was legitimately born in a Russian prison.
My goodness.
Yeah, but she was, like most Russians, she was white passing, right? It was only when you saw her with her very Dutch family where you're like, oh, you are super adopted.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you don't fit in with Americans. Yeah, nobody's going to ask me like, oh, where are you from? But I'm assuming you get that question often.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And but no, it's cool. And I did make some notes so that there's not a lot of history for Korean wrestlers. I like that Riki Dozan
Yes.
had to pretend to be Japanese.
Yes.
But he was actually South Korean.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess he would now be North Korea, but at the time was just Korea.
Yes.
And I said, Kentaro Oki, Pak Song, who had a feud with Dusty Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Japanese wrestlers, right, which are also Asian wrestlers, but there's Okada and there's Tanahashi and there's all these people they're like, oh, Japanese wrestlers, strong style, this and that, Puro Resso, which I never pronounced properly.
Yes.
Whereas with Korean wrestlers, they're like, oh, do you play baseball?
Oh my.
Yeah. Right? It's just like, no. And so.
Yeah.
Is it do you feel any pressure because you're if you were Japanese, you're not representing Japanese wrestling,
Right.
they've got people that can do that, but do you feel like if you have a whatever, you're representing Korean wrestling in a way?
So I actually do feel pressure because I do feel like some people do put me in the box of just Asian wrestler.
Yeah.
And I think that, and granted, I do kind of wrestle that style, but at the same time, that's just not all who I am. And so sometimes I do wish people would look a little bit further. I mean, granted, I did just do the poison mist at C4 recently, but it's because I think that's actually a cool thing that Asian wrestlers do take advantage of and can take advantage of. It does bother me a little bit when I see people that aren't Asian do it. Just a little bit.
I would say the Black Mist, I think because there's a different lore behind that, I would give that a pass, but I do understand what you're saying, right? Like, because it was Muda that started it, I want to say. Was it before him? Great Kabuki. You're right. Yes. I think you're right. And then Muda did it. Asuka does it. Yes. Tajiri was probably the big one when I was growing up that did it. But, and
here's another thing, because you just mentioned Tajiri. It's like growing up and having representation in wrestling. Obviously, there weren't a lot of South Koreans on TV when I was growing up at all. So guys like Tajiri, I would look up to. Guys like even Batista, who's half Filipino.
Yeah.
And that is the stuff that I got into Japanese wrestling when I was in high school as well. And I did feel represented, even though they aren't Korean, they are still Asian, and I think that representation matters.
Well, and you mentioned like the style you wrestle. Well, like with your body type, you probably can't do Batista's style of wrestling, right? Like you're going to be more.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I mean, if you're wrestling,
do a Batista bump.
If you're wrestling guys my size, then yes. Yeah. Tonight when you're in there with Jesse and Bryce, not as much.
Yeah.
So yeah, like but that it's funny though, because like Matty Z.
Yes.
Also does the martial arts style.
Yes,
Nobody would say he's like Japanese style.
Right.
His is martial arts style.
Yeah.
Yours is also martial arts style. Like I wouldn't say you wrestle like Okada. You don't air guitar like Tanahashi, right?
Right.
You have a little Tajiri because you do the buzzsaw kick, but you also do the Busaiku knee, which is Bryan Danielson, who is the whitest human being to ever be called Dragon.
Also Kenta.
Kenta, yes. Yeah, I mean, okay, but every move starts with Kenta.
Yeah.
Josh Alexander, Daniel Garcia, Kevin Blackwood.
Yes.
Who hits the hardest?
Oh, that's a hard question.
I'm going to tell the other two that you said, the third
all
guy.
Of them? Can I answer all of them? Actually, another person to add to that list, Trent Seven. Trent Seven has given me one of the loudest chops I've ever taken, and oh my god.
Do you ever see Alexia Nicole's post, like the 5 hardest chops she's ever taken, and 4 of them were Trent? I think the 5th one was Fuerza.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Her match with Trent here, she said the one where she does the springboard off the second rope and he chops her in the back.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, it just hurts so much.
Yeah.
Well, when you see Brent tonight, ask him about getting chopped by Walter Gunter when he was at Smash, because
I will ask.
That's his headshot is still like the handprint on the chest.
Yeah. Going back to Trent giving me a chop, though, there is a video on the internet of him giving me that big chop, and it was a tag match, and I was teaming with Evil Uno, and it was Speedball Mountain that we were wrestling against, and after the chop, you can see Speedball's reaction being like, oh, and Uno just lifts his hand up and walks away because it was just like, and he's my tag partner. Wow.
Oh, man. Hey, were you not part of the longest match ever?
No, I was not. That was all.
Book him, Uno. Come on.
No. That was all. Kudos to them, the people at Mystery Wrestling, the people at the Keep, a few people from Montreal as well that were involved in that. That was incredible, though. I'm good friends with a lot of them, and just kudos to them.
I am a big fan of Mystery Wrestling, a big fan of Uno. I got to meet him at Smash.
Yes.
I sadly was not at the show when he put a lollipop through the TV, which is one of the greatest clips of all time. Won't say who he was wrestling against because I don't want to talk about that guy. Yep. But no, the nicest guy, you might have heard the story, me and John Peterson, who used to ref here, we put the boxes together for the Tables, Ladders, and Boxes match. It was Mike and Braxton Sutter and Pepper Parks against Uno and Stu. And I am so proud that I had to wrap a table like it was a giant Christmas gift.
I love that.
And then Uno and Mike, I think Uno and Mike to the superplex through the table, and I'm watching it and I'm like, please don't collapse. Oh
my God.
And it made, because it was the cardboard breaking at the same time as the table, it sounded like a gunshot going off. I was like,
that's awesome.
Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, so no, I got to meet him. The nicest guy.
Yes.
Not a very good tag partner, apparently. Now,
well, yeah. Then me and Uno, we got into some beef at C4. So I will say that
I got to get to a C4 show.
Me, McRae, and Jr. kind of got a little revenge at fighting back recently.
You clapped his cheeks?
We did clap his cheeks. We did. We literally clapped his cheeks.
I don't know if literally is the. Okay, next question.
No, we literally clapped his cheeks.
Next question. Okay, so you're now a veteran.
Oh God! Don't
You've
say
been
that.
you've been around for a bit. You're the ripe old age of
Don't say that.
26.
Please don't say that.
But you've wrestled guys like Josh Alexander, guys like Uno, guys who have been around for a while.
Yeah.
Is it weird now that you got Matty Z, Ali, like people who've been watching your work before they debuted, and is it tough transition to now be like the in-ring leader in those matchups and be like, I'm now the I'm the captain now?
Yes and yes. Yes and yes. It's always so weird. I don't have a specific example, but I remember like when the first time it happened to me, when like someone that was helping out a show came up and said that they loved my work and everything. I was like, what? Me? Like who? Like what? I'm like no one special or anything. So yeah, I'm just very grateful, so.
And when listing off veterans, how did I not mention Lionel Knight? Your first match here in Barrie against a guy who has not aged in 20 years. If you want a fun thing, if you have IWTV, look up Lionel Knight, find the oldest match you can find of Lionel Knight. Tell me if he looks any different, because he does not.
It's wild.
He does not age.
Shout out Lionel Knight.
Shout out Lionel Knight. Miss him. He's doing some commentary around Toronto, I saw, so he's still sticking around. The nicest human being.
Yes, definitely.
He once said he and I were the same size, and I said, no, my brother, we're the same height. Because you are 2 of me wide. Yeah. He is built like a tank.
I'm trying to get wider.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. All right. Middle of 2025 right now. It's September. By the end of 2026, what is one goal in or out of wrestling you want to have accomplished?
Oh, that's deep. I could get deep and dark. That's tough. Goal. I guess just be happy. Be happy. I want to be happy. I'm not happy right now. I want to be happy.
That's a good goal to have.
Yeah, I think everyone should try to be happy. I know it's a struggle. Every day we're trying our best. Just keep at it. We'll get there.
One other tough question for you that I just thought about. As a child who's been adopted,
yes,
and to a parent who's looking to adopt,
yes,
what is one piece of advice for anybody out there who's considering adoption, international, local, whatever? What is one thing you would say as a child who has been adopted as a piece of advice?
This is stumping me. I'm not gonna lie.
Can I get a big spotlight?
Oh man, advice. I feel like I can't give advice.
Or what is one thing that you would say about your experience as a child who's been adopted? To maybe to encourage people who are looking to adopt. Maybe that's the better way to phrase it.
Okay, so I think that people should adopt because there are a lot of children that go neglected. I know a lot of people try to have their own, and they try to turn to IVF, and that's great. My girlfriend works in IVF, but also don't turn your head away from adoption because I think I turned out pretty okay. And I love my parents. They're so supportive of me, and I wouldn't be a wrestler today without them. I wouldn't have achieved all the other things without them. And even though I'm interracially adopted and I'm not the same race as my parents, I still love them the same. And they come to my show. They come to Barrie. They come to C4. They come to as many shows as they can. They're just so supportive. And it's just, there have been ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I'm so grateful for them. So grateful.
Yeah, I know they say like adoption is tough, and it's one of those things. It's like there will be times when you'll be questioning if you made the right decision. People who have biological children consider leaving their child outside on like a daily basis, and just like go find some wolves to live with.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's tough. And hey, if you adopt, you too could end up with the longest reigning Three Pistols champion.
Yes,
as a family member.
Correct.
And
I hope no one beats my record.
That is true. Is Pippa still doing okay?
Yes, Pippa's doing great.
One of these days, Rosemary and Pippa, cat fight, quite literally.
Yes. Oh my God, Pippa's the best cat. I'm sorry, Pippa's the best cat.
I'm about to get my butt kicked by a former Three Pistols champion.
Yes, you are.
All right, Myung Jae Lee, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Where can people find you on social media?
People can find me at MyungJae98. That's MyungJae98 on Twitter, Instagram, also Facebook. I made a Facebook page. I don't know if people follow it or anything, but it's out there somewhere if you can find it.
It's good for us old people. And sorry, if anybody saw the 1,000-yard stare there, 98's your birth year, you're complaining about being old, get out of my interview.
Oh, Oh, well, now people that are born in 2004 are like 21 now.
I'm born in 84.
Yeah, and now people born in 2004 are like 21 now. That's crazy. That's wild.
All right, I'm going to end this interview because I got to go cry in the corner about being an old man. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon.